How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. It's actually a beautiful day here. A little cloudy, so it's not too hot yet. I think it's supposed to get up into the 90s. Wish it was spring or at least fall. Never winter. Maybe sometimes. But anyway, today I want to talk to you guys about my Shelby GT 350. This is my 2017 Shelby GT 350, and I absolutely love this car. But it's funny how I ended up deciding on getting this car. It was actually between this or a Nissan GTR, and I was very indecisive on which one I wanted. I love them both, and I've always wanted me a Shelby, but God, GTR is so beautiful, and they look, I guess, a little more exotic. You know, they're not very often seen, especially in this small little town that I live in. But nonetheless, I am very happy with the choice I made to get the Shelby over the GTR. One day I'll own a GTR, but for now, I just have the Shelby, and I'm okay with it. But how I got this car, there's a bee. I'm probably gonna leave that in or take it out, I don't know. But how I got the Shelby was was on a bet, on a $300 bet. And I'm sure, like a lot of you guys who look at cars like this and love cars like this and want cars like this, you probably do exactly what I do. And that's, you do your research. You're constantly looking. You're seeing what places have the cheaper prices, what states have the cheaper prices. And you know, like the mileage, everything, you're going over it all. And not only that, from time to time, even though I own this car and I don't plan on getting another car for a while, I'm still out there looking. I'm still checking the prices of what's out there, because you never know when you get a wild hair and you decide to pull the trigger on getting a car. But what made me get this was because of a $300 bet. I'm sitting there and I'm looking through, and I'm constantly looking at these cars, and like I said, I was indecisive on which car I wanted, either this one or the GTR. And at the time, I had some friends that were around me, and they happened to notice me doing this for like maybe the 6th day in a row, and decided to call me out on it. They're like, "You're not gonna get that car. Quit looking. I don't know why you keep looking at these cars. You're never gonna get one." And my big mouth usually gets ahead of me before I can think. I end up saying something stupid like, "You want to bet?" Well, apparently they didn't think I was courageous enough or dumb enough, whichever one you want to think, to get this car, to pull the trigger on getting it. Because I mean, it's no Lamborghini or anything. It's not a $100,000 car, even though the new 20 GT 500 is going to be a $100,000 car. This is still $60,000. It's relatively cheap for what it gives, but $60,000 is still a pretty penny. So the fact that I betted them, I bet there was 3 people around, and I betted each one. No, it's okay. It's okay, geese. I'm only filming. Nature, right? Anyway, I betted each one $100 that I would go get this car. I didn't think they would take me up on it. They all put their hands out and I shook. So it was either I get this car or I owe $300. $300, $60,000. My cheaper bet clearly was the $300, but my pride wouldn't allow me to do it. I was gonna make sure I got this car. I was gonna make sure I did not have to pay them a single penny. I was gonna make sure that I pulled up to work that next week in this car, and they were all gonna pay me $300. That was my idea. Now, what I had bet on, I could tell this is how little they were listening to me at this point, because I had originally the bet was originally for a black or like a gun gray Shelby, but that car unfortunately was sold. It was on the website still. It was still showing that it was there. I drove 3 hours to go get it, and by the time I got there, the car had already sold. I was even there before the dealership was open. I walked in, had a smile on my face. I was excited. I was happy. I was gonna get this car, and it was the right price. And I walked in there and I asked, "Where's that Shelby? I'm here for it." And the guy told me, "Ooh, it was a beautiful car, but it was sold." I was a little bummed out at that point. And like I said, my pride was not gonna let me pay them $300. Now the original bet was I was gonna get that car unless it was sold. It was sold. So I found the closest one, which was this one, in Inglewood, Denver. So I drove down to get it. It was the only one I could find in Colorado that was left for sale by not a private seller. And I wasn't too sure on the blue. This blue is called lightning blue. Like, you know, from the pictures, that gray one just looks so amazing. It looked mean, aggressive. But when I showed up and I saw this for the first time, I knew that this is what I wanted. I wanted this car. And that there was gonna be nothing stopping me from getting this car. Short video, guys. I just want to let you guys know that I ended up getting this car off a $300 bet. When I showed up to work in this blue, though, it was a little harder for them to want to pay me because they weren't listening when I said if that car was sold that I would get me a different one. But they said because it's not the black or gray one, they don't want to pay me. I still made most of them pay me. One of them I let slide because kind of screwed him over on a snowboarding trip. That's for a different video, but we're even now. But yeah, guys, sometimes all it takes is a small bet and pride getting in your way and you go get a car that you're absolutely happy with. And I'm sure you've seen many videos already of just how great this car is, the performance. I think it's pushing out 530 horses, 429 pounds of torque. It's not real torquey, but God, the high rev limiter is amazing. That engine, that voodoo motor, God. You can hear it all you want on video, but in person, it's not the same. It really isn't. Well, guys, I hope you guys liked this video. I will be posting another video very soon about the maintenance on this car, because that's another thing. If you plan on ever getting this car, that's something you might want to look more into, the maintenance. She's a little pricey, you know. Is she affordable? Is it worth it? Guess you'll have to wait till the next video. Till then, guys, have a very beautiful day. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this morning before it gets way too hot like it has been. And it's been raining a lot, and we're in Colorado with warm weather, and it rains. It usually brings something else, something I absolutely hate. Little ice balls falling from the sky. So until then, have a good one, guys. Stay safe.